Hi guys, some of you will know I recently bought a 3D printer, a Bamboo P1P, and I'm really happy with it. It's great, and all week I've been printing out all sorts of things for my hobby. I always fancied an aeroplane in the wind that would have spinning propellers and look pretty cool. I was actually looking for Spitfire, but next best thing is this. Let me show you. It's obviously a Lancaster. Maybe it's not obvious, but these are the parts, and I've just pushed the, I'll CA it all together, but it just pushes together. How about that? It's not bad, is it? I'll paint it and it'll look pretty cool. So what do you get? You get a pair of wings, of course, left and right hand. There's 4 engine nacelles, which I'm guessing go in there like that. I was hesitant there because I wasn't sure how the propeller. Oh yeah, so I've got to pick up 4, I think they were M3 8mm bolts just to go in there, stainless, and the props will spin in the wind. It's nice, isn't it? And the whole thing, how does it fit to a post? There's a stand here, yep, that goes in there. Oh, that turns freely, so I need a bolt that will go on there, I would think. So I just put a little screw into the bottom of the fuselage. What stops that from blowing off? I'm not sure. I guess I put a screw in here, and then I glue that to there, and then that will be fixed to the post. So then that will just turn in the wind, and the propellers will spin. How cool is that? I'll just screw that to something suitable. So yeah, it all fits together quite well, actually, doesn't it? I think that, I think that's really good. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll link to the file that you can download yourself in the description. Just to be aware that there are some files there that duplicates of, I forget which ones now, propellers maybe, that have been superseded by other files, but there's a little asterisk box next to it telling you which ones they are, so it's not difficult to work out what's what. I've printed it in PLA. I've only got green on at the moment. I thought I'm just trying to use up the reel, really. One thing I have learnt with 3D printing, apparently I haven't experienced yet, is that the actual filament over a period of time, just short weeks, soaks up damp in the atmosphere and can cause stringing. I haven't experienced that yet, but I thought I may as well use it up. I have got a white reel ready to go on, but as I'm going to paint it, it doesn't really matter. Looking at it a little closer, this is actually a rounded edge, and this is actually rounded the other way, concave. That's very thoughtful. So instead of trying to force it on, why don't I just slide it on? That was lucky, wasn't it? Before I start ripping it apart. Oh, and that's also very clever, look, because I would say that the fuselage is designed to go down between those two. This is really nicely put together. Let's see if it would go in. Hang on. If I put, yeah, yes. So there we are. It's like a sort of a jigsaw, isn't it? So that goes in there, and those 2 flanges butt up against the fuselage side, that side, and this side goes in there. Look at that. So that supports it. Oh, isn't that clever? Hey, there it is all of a sudden. That's really nice, isn't it? You know what's going to happen, don't you? I'm going to get this done, put it outside, and the wind's going to die to nothing. And it's been blowing for the last 8 months. I tell you what I could do, if it doesn't blow, I'll load up one of my ducted fans and I'll aim it off camera, I'll aim it and get it swinging and turning. Yes. How am I going to put this together? I guess I could just CA it as it is, a little wick in. I don't see any problem with that. So I want to make sure it's at 90 degrees. So what I think I'll do is to just run some CA in. I think CA will fix it okay. Bit there. Oh dear. Bit down there. Just give that a little wipe. This is the quickest Lancaster build I've ever done. I'm putting that there just to make sure that the two parts go together really flat. There's a small gap on these joints here, which I think I probably could have very gently just sanded out a little bit just to tighten them up. It's not going anywhere, but I could try putting some CA in there and using the activator. Right, this one I've just got to eyeball up and get as quick as I can. Could measure it, but as it's not a flying model, if it looks right, it is right. Somebody always asks me on the videos, where do I get these blocks from? Just look on Amazon, just Google either engineering blocks or 321 blocks, and you'll see them. I use them all the time, all the time. Okay, engine nacelles. They are all the same size, so just glue them on. Just occurred to me, you might get these upside down if you're unfamiliar what a Lancaster looks like, so the pods hang down underneath the aeroplane. Okay, so that's the basic aeroplane put together. I hope my little tips have helped you. One thing I did notice, the wing has got a speckled pattern, which is my build plate on the printer, and it's facing up, and the tailplane I've got the lines, I've got it upside down. Well, it's not upside down, it's just the other way up. By the time it's painted you'll never see it, but just a detail. Okay. Now, say this has to be screwed to the little fitting and then glued in there, and that will turn. Propellers want to be very freely spinning, don't they? If I want to get the full effect of the plane flying. So I'll see you back when I've got a bit more progress done. The props will be on and I'll be splashing some paint on. I'm thinking a nice camouflage colour scheme in the traditional way. I've got a Lanc up there which is camouflaged I might have to paint on a couple of roundels. Get carried away, don't I? Okay, so that's okay. It's quite heavy as well, actually. So see you in a minute. And if you're enjoying the video, think about subscribing. Just hit that subscribe button down below and you can follow along with my exploits. Cheers, guys. See you in a minute. Look at that. That looks really good, doesn't it? I must say, I'm pretty impressed. And then that whole thing will go glue on there in that notch. Needs a bit of nose weight, look. No, it doesn't really. So I'll glue that in there. And that can just turn in the wind. I'll just probably need to paint. It'd be easier to paint around here before I glue that in, actually, so I can glue that in last. But I need to paint the prop, so I'm going to prepare the propellers a little bit more. They're a little bit rough looking at them, and paint them up. And then also it means I can paint the fuselage as well. So next step, I'll break out the paints. Right, welcome back, guys. I'm just putting on some, well, I've done the brown, just putting on some green. It's not until you put on this green you realise how just horrible the light green 3D plastic is. You might be tempted to say, oh well, it's green and that'll do, but look at it, it's dreadful. Put some masking tape down the side of the fuselage, you might be able to see that. I'll show you in a minute. There were some more exotic Lancasters I could have downloaded, but you know, as regards, you know, proper 3-dimensional models. However, this is just fine for what my purposes were, and that is just to put it in the garden. This is quite a pleasant job, really. What I'm going to do is to spray this quite well with matte lacquer. I say quite well because it's going to be out in all weather conditions through the coming winter. Yeah, there's the masking tape. I've just run it down the black, so I'll just paint these light green bits. And I've just done the tail. It's very nearly dry already. I'll crack on here, guys, and I'll see you back. Perhaps you come back when I was taking the masking tape off. How about that? The green paint's still dry and I haven't put the silver on yet, but the masking tape can certainly be removed. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Not bad. I hope it's good because I can't see it from this side. Let's have a look. Yeah, there we are. That looks cool. I suppose I could paint the propeller tips, couldn't I? The propeller tips are going to be yellow. We'll do the tip. Be cool if I could see 4 propeller arcs, wouldn't it, in the wind? There we are. Can you see an arc? Probably can. I can't put that down now. I have to balance it up. So I'll do the rest, guys, and when the silver's going on, or when the silver's on, I'll come back to you and we'll have a look at it and see what we think. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I don't just make 3D printed aeroplanes. In fact, this is my first one. painted the blue and was just eyeballing in the, oh that's a bit rough, just eyeballing in the red dot in the middle, just to the other one went better I think, and the reason is there's a camouflage join in the brown and green underneath, and it's got a little bit of a lump in the middle. So that completes it really. So what I'll do now is I might spray it before I put the propellers on, spray the prop separately I think, and then I can glue it onto its mount. Open the mount a little bit just to, looks great. I've opened the mount a little bit to allow these longer screws to go through. I've spoken to Steph, by the way, the guy who designed this model, and I'll put a link to his download online if you want to do one yourself. It doesn't have to be this detailed, but right, cool. When I uploaded this picture, or showed this picture to Steph, I'll probably upload it to the thing anyway. He was well impressed. But who wouldn't be? Who wouldn't be to see your design turned into a beautiful looking creation? All right, shall we glue it on now, and then it'll take the pressure off the props when they're sitting there. It's my theory anyway. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to run some CA in here, being careful not to get it into that screw actually. That wouldn't be very good. So we'll just pop that on there. To fix these propellers in. And for that I'm going to use, get rid of that now. I can either use epoxy, although it's designed to take the screw thread slightly bigger than these, but I'm going to use what I've got. A little bit over length, so I've made the holes deeper inside the nacelles. Could possibly just put a small amount of CA on there actually, might be worth trying. Just got to stop it pulling out. Might hold. What I'm hoping to do is to wait for a windy old day, and then I can finish this video off with some impressive wind juggling display. Be pretty cool. There you go, one Lancaster weathercock vane. Now I'm going to find a post outside, I'm going to screw it down, and that will be fitted. Because the beauty of this is, if anything breaks, I just print out another part. Look at that. Well, and it took me a couple of hours really. Took longer because I had to wait for the paint to dry. If you enjoyed this little interlude and you want to follow along on proper aeroplanes, models that is, hit the little subscribe button. Okay guys, see you in the next one. Bye. Say cheese.
All of it, it's not wide.
And that's what happens when you've got a windy day, guys. Still, it finishes the video off quite nicely, doesn't it? So thanks for watching. You get the idea. On a windy day it's going to look fantastic. So cheers guys, bye.